Hi, I'm Alyson the Crocheter.
And I'm Vivian the Knitter, and this is the Keep Calm and Carry Yarn podcast.
Hello, and welcome to episode 131 of Keep Calm and Carry Yarn. This is a knitting and crochet podcast brought to you by me, Alyson, and my mom, Vivian. I'm coming at you from Scotland.
And I'm recording from Michigan. You might know me from Pearl and Plum, where I make and sell project bags for knitters and crocheters. And my daughter Alyson is the brilliant publisher behind Moorit, the independent magazine for crocheters. Thank you so much for joining us, whether you're listening to us on a podcast app or watching us on YouTube. Hi, everybody.
Yay. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, first and foremost, I lied. I'm not in a different place.
Oh, yeah, yes. Last episode, you said you were going to be at a different secret or a surprise location, but
then I decided...
surprise only in that, yeah.
I decided that let's just record a little ahead of schedule, and then I will edit while in my new place. Not new place, but the other place.
Can you just say?
I'm going to be in San Francisco for a few weeks.
Yeah.
So by the time this thing goes out, I will definitely be in San Francisco.
Yeah. So yeah, the surprise, the being in a new surprise location was not like it wasn't going to make a difference.
No.
It's just that you happened to be somewhere else. You would have had a new background for people watching the video, but no.
Well, yeah, and then as I was packing, I was like, well, then there's like extra stuff that I have to bring for just one recording session. So I decided, last minute, let's just record right before I leave. And I'm literally leaving tomorrow. So, yeah. So how you doing, baby?
I'm good. Sore arms from a body conditioning class I did yesterday.
Ooh.
But other than that, not bad.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good that you've been exercising.
Yeah. What's that top you're wearing?
It is
made before.
Yes, it is. I
don't really remember it.
That's because I made it a long time ago.
On the podcast, though? You talked about it on the podcast?
No, I made it in 2013, and it's called The Slanting Gretel Tee by Petra Manis, and it is Interweaves Knits magazine. Let's see, which issue was it?
For the benefit of our audio-only listeners, it's a kind of eggplanty short sleeve top with cables
down the middle
on the raglan
and then
the middle.
The cable splits right around my belly, and then the cables splits and then it follows, makes a triangle and goes to the hem, the side. Yeah.
Rack?
No, it's still in the front. And this is from the August 2009 issue of Interweave Needs, the fall issue. And I know that I used Road to China yarn with like...
Is that the fiber company?
Yes. With it's got cashmere, alpaca, silk, and cashmere. And camel.
Is the pattern also for a short sleeve top? It's not like
it is. I remember when I made it, I was like, maybe I should make it into a long, but I wasn't very as experienced, and I was like, and I wasn't even sure if I had enough yarn to make it into a long sleeve.
Yeah.
But I think I would prefer it as a long sleeve because it's really warm, and it's short sleeve, so I wear it.
Well, yeah, because you said it was in the autumn issue, so I was surprised it was a short sleeve top.
So yeah, I'll wear it with like a thin long sleeves underneath. But I've I'm a little rounder than I used to be, so it's snugger than it was when I first made it.
That's okay. On the camera, you can only see your top half, or like the top half of your top half.
I figured I'd wear it today because it's kind of warm. It's going to be like 45 degrees. Yeah.
I think it's similar here, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to move right into our fiber content, our whips?
Sure. I figure you can go first because I only have a whip to talk about. So it'll go your whips, My whips, your FOs. I assume you have FOs. You always have FOs.
Yeah. Well,
So,
yeah, I don't always have FOs, but now that we're doing episodes only once a month, there's a
you always
higher
have FOs.
probability of me having FOs. Okay, my first whip is the Fairfield cardigan by Lisa Wang, and just smack.
Oh, wait. So this is the cardigan that you're making for me.
Yes, indeed. So I haven't gotten very far, but I'm almost done with. I've done 3/4 of a sleeve, and
So you were having gauge problems last time.
I was. So I've decided that I'm going to knit the smaller size, but to the dimensions of the bigger, because my gauge is bigger.
Yeah, okay.
But not by a whole lot. So we'll see. But still, I mean, microphone. Anyway, so even still, the sleeve cuff seems to be now that because I ripped out the sleeve cuff because it was too tight. It was the what do you call it? The tubular cast on, and it was really tight.
Yeah.
Now that I just did a regular cast on with it's actually the German twisted cast on that I talked about. And remember I was saying that, because we were talking about the Z twist, and I was saying that maybe with the German twisted cast on it won't twist like it does with with the S twist. And you're right, it doesn't. There wasn't that twisting, because usually when I use a German twisted cast on, I always have that the yarn starts twisting on itself, and then I have to let it go and let it spin out. So yeah, this is it's a little, I mean, it's a lot roomier now. I mean, the stitches are still the same.
Nice.
So, but it's going to be for your wrist, and your wrist is smaller than you, so hopefully it won't be too loose.
Yeah, I like things oversized as well. Remind me what the cardigan actually looks like. I know it's cabled.
It has
some cables.
Hang on, let me grab a picture of it. Oh. It has cables in the front, and the sleeve, it has like two cables going down the center of the sleeve, and it is wrong one. Okay, let me find a better picture. It doesn't have a really good picture on the. Oh, here we go. Can you even see it? It's so tiny.
Okay, so
it's got a cable panel in the front center towards the button band. And then in the back, there is a cable down the middle.
okay.
Can you see that?
So sort of like, is it one cable, or is it like three little cables that are
in the middle?
So close together, it looks like one cable. It is
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cables. 5 different cables. So there's a close-up.
So they're like thin cables, but they're so close together that
it looks kind of like it's one, but not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm it's just going. I mean, I'm not quite at the sleeve cap. Or I think I have one more increase to do before I start doing it straight, and then you start doing the sleeve cap. So I haven't gone very far, only because I was working on other things.
Nice, cool.
Yeah. Okay, my second whip is another brioche hat. Because I felt like it, and I was just looking at my yarn. I have a skein of a Zauberball edition 3. It's a sport weight, and some old Frog Tree alpaca. I think this is my last ball of Frog Tree alpaca that I got years ago. So I'm using the two of them. The white, the alpaca is white, and the Zauberball is like sherbet colored.
Yeah, no, it's very fresh and summery.
Yeah. So this is what it looks like. It's called the chess hat. And
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I
what?
brioche is very nice, but the more projects you do in it, they just all look the same to me. Like, I'm sure if I saw them side by side, I'd be like, oh yeah, they're different. But
Yeah,
like,
it's.
they just
I think it was free when I got it.
the pattern.
Yeah, but it's not free anymore. Or because I was looking
Mm.
at my Ravelry library, and it doesn't look like I actually bought it. So maybe
Uh-huh.
she had it free for a while. I'm not sure,
Hmm.
but the designer is the same as the shawl I was working on, the
The peacock.
Raina Kruus, yeah, the peacock
Hmm.
one. So it's just I just wanted a smallish project to work on the airplane,
Nice.
but then of course I'm halfway done with it
Almost done.
already. No, but
What does the backside look like?
this is the hat that I
Is it
started.
are brioche normally
Yeah, it's
reversible?
reversible.
Yeah, yeah,
It looks more
yeah.
like a
I
rainbow.
feel like I feel like though because it's so bright, you can hardly even see the white.
Yeah.
The white just disappears.
This is the hat that I said I was having gauge issues and I ripped it all out and started over, and I didn't talk about what it was,
Oh, okay.
only the fact that I ripped it out. I started something and ripped out. So those are my two
Hmm.
whips. I only have two.
Wow. I have one which is so close to being an FO. It's my South Shore cardigan
I'm
by
so glad
K
you're actually
Hopkins.
working on it.
Yes, so it's so much almost an FO that here are the needles. There's nothing on them. So it's basically done. I need to weave in the ends and add on the buttons. So this can sort of like bridge the gap between uh, a whip and an FO. Sorry.
So wait, you're
Start to
done with the
this side
button
real quick.
band then?
I'm done with the button band. It just has no buttons, and I need to weave in all the ends, which I'm not as good at doing in knitting as crochet. So I'm just gonna put it on with all its ends.
So I think you should consider that an FO.
Maybe, I'll talk about it again once I'm actually finished. I
Okay.
think, because I think I've got a gift card for Ginger Twist, which I really need to use because I got it like 11 months ago now. And I'm pretty sure she has some nice buttons, so I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna bring it with me because I don't actually know how big of buttons I need. Uh, but yeah, so let me just.
Nice, nice, nice. So it's a crop sweater, cropped raglan sleeves. Oh, and it's got a little bit of design element where the raglan is. A little bit of a garter stitch in between the increases, and a tubular pain in the butt button band. Nice.
Yes. Um, the button band definitely looks a bit scragglier than the rest of the body.
Yeah, I think it'll block out.
Yeah. So yeah, it hasn't been blocked, hasn't or anything like that. Because I literally, before we were recording, I started watching The Recruit on Netflix. It's got the love interest from All the Boys I've Ever Loved.
Oh,
Thing.
okay.
Anyway, I just watched it because I was like, I need to put something on while I finish the button band.
Mm.
And I think once I finish everything, and the next time I talk about it, I'm just going to mention all the different knitting techniques that I had to learn to make this. One of which was the Italian cast off to do the last bit of the button band, which is the same thing as I had done to do the cast off for the ribbing on the cuffs and the bottom. And at first I was confused because I was like, the Italian cast off, it's for a knit purl rib, but the button band isn't ribbed. But then it's like, oh, because it's double knit or whatever, half, you are knitting and purling.
So it's basically
And
you're grafting so it's a sewn bind off.
yeah, I didn't remember how to do it from doing the ribbing, so I had to find a video again. And this time I watched the Brooklyn Tweed tutorial video for it, and that was very good.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if if it felt like a really good video because I already was sort of familiar with it. So as a refresher, at least it was nice and snappy. Although I gotten halfway through. I mean, it's not very many stitches. It's only like 15 stitches. I got halfway through, and then I think one of my loops slipped off my needle, and then I lost track of where I was, and I don't know it well enough, so I just had to unpick it all and put it back on my needles and do it again. I did it, yeah. So yeah, I think
is this this?
And then
Go ahead.
I did that, so I had to unpick it, start over again from the beginning. Then I finished it, and then I realized it's too long. Like the button band, like I'd gone like one too much. So the button band was like longer than the actual body. Like it went further than the rib.
Oh, I thought I closed the door. I guess I didn't. There's a cat behind me.
So yeah, so I had to undo it again, the whole thing, and then undo a row of the actual button band, and then do it. So it took me a few tries.
You did it,
but I did it. It's fairly tidy looking. There's the end.
I would say that's definitely an intermediate project then.
Okay, I know. I still remember. I asked you, do you think I could do this? And you were just like, did you even look at what techniques you use? You were like, yeah, you could do that.
Well, I didn't realize. I mean, the part that you had the most trouble with was the tubular button band, right?
I guess. I mean, like there was. I mean, I guess I'll get into this now. There was definitely. Well, I guess most things would have the German short rows. Had to figure that out. The button bands. I guess. I mean, obviously, I did it. So you were right. I could do it, and it just forced me to learn some new things.
Yay. Well, I guess I didn't look at it. I mean, I was just looking at the picture, and based on the picture, it looked like it's something that you could do. And you know, you can't tell by the picture how the button band was and what the cast off was.
So
but you didn't have to do it. You could have just done a traditional cast off, bind off.
Yeah, I guess. I followed the instructions. Oh, I didn't completely follow the instructions because it's supposed to have pockets at the bottom, but because I made it shorter.
Is this the one that your friends all made?
No, that's the Lento. It's just a raglan sweater, which I still want to make. So that's probably going to be my next knitted project. I'm about a year behind them all because they literally have all made one, and I think one person has made at least two, if not three. And I was like, oh no, I want to make one, but I have to finish this cardigan I started.
Did you buy the yarn for it?
I had some of the yarn. I had the fluffy yarn, and I had to buy some more yarn because it's some two yarns held together. So I had half the yarn.
Okay.
I've already swatched for it.
A brief interjection. Because we decided last minute to record, I'm recording where there's other people in the house, so there might be some noises we usually don't have because I usually try to record when there's nobody else in the house other than me and the cat. So I can hear some murmurings upstairs, but I'm hoping that the microphone won't pick up. Yeah, so if the microphone doesn't pick up, then I'll just cut this off.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. But it looks great. I like it.
Yeah, thanks. And you do remember when I was agonizing over the color when I first bought the color and I was like, oh, I should have gotten for the more off-white one. Now I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I don't know the difference. I did overbuy yarn though. I've got like 3 full balls and most of this one. So I've got, and they're
what is
50 grams each. So I have almost 200 grams left.
Nice. So, well, not nice, but that's because you shortened it.
Well, I shortened it, yeah. But I didn't shorten it that much.
What is the content of the...
It's wool. It's superwash wool. It's 100% wool, but it's superwash. It's Willow and Lark, which is, I think, one of Lovecraft's house brands. Yeah. So it's very affordable. Ramble is the base. And it comes in lots of colors. So yeah.
Nice,
Yay!
nice, nice, nice. Your first
Okay, do you have
big
any...
knitted
Oh,
garment.
yeah. My first
We have to do a
one.
BuzzFeed quiz now.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
getting all
sorry. I was
mixed
going to
up.
jump right into FOs.
Okay, BuzzFeed.
Well, I'm trying to think what other knitted things I've made. It's just the
The
hat.
hat. You knit a scarf when you were in
Okay.
high school.
Oh, didn't you have to finish that for me?
Yeah, but you did most of it.
Sorry, I just realized I was speaking not into the camera or microphone. You had to finish that for me. This is the one other. I have a pussy hat that This was like my first back to knitting project.
Do you ever wear it?
It's a bit big. Very, very seldomly, occasionally. Okay. Anyways, BuzzFeed quiz.
Let's see. Quiz.
Right. So, eat at this huge Asian buffet to reveal if you're more brawn or brain. Now that I'm reading the title, as we were taking the quiz, I was like, oh my god, there's so many questions. It's because it's a huge buffet.
We don't have to go through all the questions.
We don't. And, right, you can call it now. Do you think we got the same or different? Because it's 50-50.
I think we got different.
I'll say we got the same.
Okay. I got brains.
3. I got brains too. Yeah, it's gonna count down.
Sorry. Well, because I took it twice and I got 2 different. Oh no, I did get the same. Never mind. I'm thinking of a different quiz now. Now that I'm looking at the picture of the result, it's from Atlantis, I think.
Yeah, Disney movie.
Okay, you want to read it?
That's the professor. You are the smart one. You are a genius and probably used to take yeah, that's how much of a genius I am. You are a genius and probably used to take school very seriously as a child. You're always up for learning something new or picking up a new subject, no matter how old you are. Yeah,
I did take school very.
I think I'm probably more brain
as a
than brawn,
child.
definitely.
Yeah, I think so. Because I'm not very.
But
brawny.
more importantly, what are we eating?
Okay.
So many questions.
Yeah. We can skip the drinks. Pick
boba.
Oh, well, yeah, I picked boba too. Pick a noodle dish.
Pho.
Me too.
I was trying to decide as I was going through. I was like, have I mostly picked the non-Chinese options when given the choice? But I did pick bubble tea over ramune. Is that how you say it? That's Japanese.
Ramune? I don't know.
Because the noodle dish option was lo mein.
Yeah.
We both went for pho. Side dish? Kimchi or fried rice?
I picked kimchi.
Me too.
I'd rather have homemade fried rice. Oh, and plus, if I'm at an Asian buffet, first of all, I don't really eat a lot of the noodles in the rice. Don't fill up on carbs. But if you don't have any other option. Excuse me. What was next?
Soup.
A soup. Miso.
Miso, not egg drop soup. Have you noticed I'm just picking the ones that have the Chinese other thing. Although, okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Pick a sweet.
I don't know what dango is.
Dango it's a Japanese thing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you know the you know like how like a lot of the emojis are Japanese things. I think one of them is like dango on a stick.
What is it made out of? Rice?
I'm not
Tapioca?
Sure. But then the other one just says pudding.
Pudding.
What is that?
But with mochi balls on it.
Yeah. Well, it looks like boba balls.
Yeah. That's
on top of a flan.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's very popular in Taiwan now. There's like, it's like it comes in a cup, but I don't know if this one comes in a cup.
See. So is it like flan then?
Yeah.
Sort of. I mean, in that case, then I think I made the right choice because I like flan. Is that Willet meowing?
He is. Okay.
Oh.
A little cat cameo. I don't think he's actually going to come to me. He's just sniffing
Cat
around.
cameo.
We haven't had one in a while. Well, I mean, he did make a little cameo behind me.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the quiz. Pick another sweet.
Yeah.
Mooncake?
Did you pick mooncake?
Yeah, because I don't know what a daifuku is. It looks like some sort of mochi.
A strawberry inside of a mochi.
Yeah. I do love a good mooncake. Yeah. Sushi?
I picked a sushi roll.
Me too.
And last one.
What's the last one?
Poultry dish?
What?
Fried pigeon or pigeon feet?
I picked chicken feet. But it wouldn't look like that, though.
Yeah, the picture is uncooked chicken feet. Raw chicken feet. I don't know if I've ever eaten chicken feet.
I'm sure you have. We always have it at dim sum.
I know, but I never eat it.
I think you did when you were real little, and you're like,
maybe
too much work. It's not worthwhile.
Yeah. So I picked the fried pigeon because it's basically fried chicken, you know?
Yeah. Why do you sound so forlorn? I don't know if the microphone is picking up his meows. Okay, so that's why we're both. Okay, wait. Pick a Middle Eastern dish.
Oh, I went for the shawarma.
Me too. Okay, that's why we got the same thing. All right. Yeah, there were a lot of questions in that one. But yeah, now I'm looking at it. I'm getting hungry. We need to stop doing
But I guess because it was 50-50, like every question was 50-50. So, yeah, I feel like there's always going to be a higher likelihood that we picked the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I grew up in your household, so a lot of my food tastes are dictated by that.
Well, but you still, but the four of my children all have different tastes, so.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, that is our BuzzFeed. So let's move on to FOs. Haha. So my first FO is a quick one. I was just looking at my yarns and trying to knit my stash, and I made another tied knots. The same hat that I made for you in the blue, but I used a pink one. So it's a cabled hat.
Cute.
And I actually used a yarn that is the same weight as what the pattern calls for. Because I think for yours, it was like a worsted or Aran weight, but this actually calls for a DK weight.
Okay. I was going to say, because I mean, I can tell, like, the cables look the same, but it looks a lot thinner or drapier.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, than mine.
So this is, I used, it's by Justina Lorkowska. And like, as I've said, I've made this before, and I used Community DK by At Haynes House Yarns. I'm not sure where they're based out of, but I've seen them around.
I think it might be Atlanta.
Is it?
I could be making that up.
But I had just enough to do a pom-pom. It's not like the fullest pom-pom, so I used every bit of yarn, so I don't have any yarn left. I know this is like a weird look.
So it's like I noticed it in the pom-pom more, but it's
a hand-dyed
bits
yarn.
Of like
it's got a little bit of purple.
Yeah, but it's like pink. Yeah, a little bit of purple in it.
Yeah. It goes well with my shirt.
Yeah?
Yeah, your dad always asks me, "Who is that for?" I don't know. I'm just making a hat, and it's always good to have a stash of emergency presents. And it was sale yarn too, so I wouldn't be opposed to giving it up to a non-family member.
I don't know where I got Atlanta from. She's based in Maryland.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's that. That's my quick. I think how many days did it take for me to do this? 5 days. 5 days? 3 days. I can't count. Yeah,
I think like if somebody saw how quick you sometimes make up things, they would think that you just sit around and knit all day. And I know that's not true. I know you do other things.
Well, it's first of all, it's a DK weight hat. It's not a fingering weight hat.
But still, the cables, like, you're having to, it's not just like, you can't just be like on autopilot.
Okay. Well, I have 2 knitting grooves a week.
Do you know how long it took me to do the, the cast off with this button band? Like 2 episodes of The Recruit.
I'm almost, I'm also like retired, so I don't really have a lot going on. I don't have to shuttle kids to and fro anymore. I barely cook. There's only 3 of us at home, and I have been cooking a lot this week only because we're leaving, and your sister will be home alone. So I just want her to have food in the house. So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I do have more time on my hands than you do. My second FO is my Peacock's.
Ooh.
Hang on, my Peacock's Pride shawl.
Nice.
So I haven't.
It's. Oh, sorry.
So
No,
this is by Raina Kruus again, and this is I used Classic Elite Fresca, which has, what does it have? I know it has alpaca and angora in it, and it probably has regular wool too. 60% wool, 30% alpaca, 10% angora, and it's a sport weight. And so I haven't blocked it yet because I didn't want it to be wet, because since it's so squishy, I figured it would take a long time to dry if I wet blocked it. And
so you only finished it recently?
I finished it like 2 days ago. I finished it. Yeah. Is it 2 days ago? Oh no, more than 2 days ago. I finished it in January. So it's got these brioche feathers that looks like a peacock's. So this doesn't look like my hat.
Nah, it all looks the same.
You're so mean. See, look at my hat. And look at my...
Yeah, I know they look different. I know they do. But they all just blend together.
It's so squishy.
Yeah.
And I posted a picture of it on my Instagram, and then by mistake, and one of my friends had commented, "Oh, that's such a nice blanket." I'm like, "Oh no, it's not a blanket." I guess when you're just
one of your non-knitter friends? Or...
so this is the back part.
Oh wow, yeah, it looks so color blocked on the back side.
I wasn't sure. See, I ran out of the pink right about here. I didn't have enough to do like another repeat, because the pattern I think calls for 8 repeats. I only did 7 repeats before the end pattern, which is different from the rest. And but then as I was doing the end, I didn't know that I would have enough of the light purple to do another repeat. Before I did
the light purple
end.
that goes through the whole thing.
Yeah, the light purple that looks almost like gray on the picture. Yeah. So I had to end it earlier than I wanted.
Right. So it's just like a hem. A little
so
hem
I wasn't too happy. I ripped it out, and then I started again, and I actually had another repeat. When I realized I'm not going to have enough to do the hem part, so I ripped it out, and I wasn't too happy with it when I was doing the dark purple, because it's a lot darker than I remembered it being. But Madeline kept saying, it's fine, just keep going. So
bullied you into it.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Even though it's just a little bit.
No, it looks great. Yeah. I feel like, let me see the other side. Like the full, yeah. I think maybe because I think it works because the blue bit at the top, is it the same number of repeats on the blue as the rest?
No.
Is it bigger?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like because that's big, and then the next 2 are like small. I mean, they're the same size but smaller, And then the last one, the purple at the end, is the smallest. So it's almost like they get smaller.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it was just based on how much yarn I had. Like, I was running out. In fact, the blue and the green, is this green or yellow? Sometimes it looks green, sometimes it looks yellow.
It looks green to me,
Yes.
like a lime,
So, yeah,
like
it's
a
like
lime
a,
green,
it's like
chartreuse.
almost like a shirt. Yeah, like a chartreuse. When I ran out in the middle of a row and I just started. So you can, it's hard to tell once it's done, but when earlier, so you can tell where like it ends in the middle of a row, and then I started the green, but then as I did more rows, you couldn't even tell where it was anymore. So yeah, I'm super happy with this. I'm gonna keep it. How your dad kept asking me, who are you giving that to? Who are you giving that? Me?
Nobody.
Until I get tired of it, and then I've started to like give away a lot of my stuff because I can only keep so much. So I wash it.
Yeah, I feel like that's like, obviously the recipient doesn't get like, I made this just for you, but it's still handmade. And then it means that you feel less bad about, oh, I got like 50 shawls. Well, because you don't. You start to give some of the old ones away.
They don't necessarily know that you didn't make it just for them. It depends.
Maybe.
On who it is.
Yeah, like if they're old and not on social media, they won't know.
Or, yeah. Well, yeah, because, not, or they may not follow you, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's old,
but still, I mean, I don't.
If it's old, it's so old they don't remember it, even if they do fall. Looks like I'm wearing a poncho when I wear it like this.
It does. I actually really like that. Like when you have it on your front, it kind of makes me think like I don't know if poncho is the right word, but for some reason when you've got it backwards like that, I imagine you wearing a really fancy dress underneath, like an evening gown, and then that's like the top. Even though it also would make sense. I could
put buttons on
the right way.
I was thinking maybe I can put buttons on it, and I could just wear it as a poncho or something, hooks or loops or something. I could wear it like this. I could wear it backwards. I could wear it on the side, off the side. It's very warm because alpaca, and also it's it's double weight because of the brioche, and brioche is also very squishy. But I had it like laying on the couch, and I was like, oh, a brioche blanket would be really nice. Like, oh man, I have to stop. I'm gonna stop. Like after I finish this brioche hat, I'm gonna take a break from brioche because.
Could you do like a brioche scrappy blanket?
Yeah, you could.
And do like half the yarn non-scraps, like pick a neutral color that you could just like get inexpensively, and then just all your scraps.
That's very tempting. Well,
sorry, I think I just blew out people's earphones with that laugh.
Well, I mean, it's basically what I did here, because the secondary colors were basically scraps. Oh, here comes the cat. Don't step on my computer.
Ooh, is that Willet or sushi?
That's Willet.
Must be sushi.
No,
it's Willet. Oh.
Sushi's still afraid.
Normally it's sushi in your face.
But Sushi's still afraid to come down here. She won't. She won't come down there because the last time she was down here, I brought her down here and I set her down on the floor, and then somebody was walking around upstairs, and they're not like they're just walking normally, but it sounds so loud. Clonk, 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 clonk. Freaked her out, and she took off and she ran upstairs. So she hasn't come down since. Yeah. So
actually, if you wanted to have your morning coffee without a cat hair in your coffee, you could just have it downstairs in the basement.
I didn't even think about that. Hello, sweetie. Can I have a kiss?
Hi, Willet.
Oh.
Oh, I bet you the microphone picked up that meow.
Yeah, he's right next to the microphone. Oh. We got a cat cameo. It has been a while since we had a proper cat cameo. He's looking at the windows like, can I make it up there? No, you can't. It's too high. This is going to be a cat podcast. So that is all the the crafty content we have. We have what do we have? We have we have to announce our when we're gonna do the Archive KCAL.
When are we going to do the Archive KCAL?
Okay, I think you're
Let
gonna
us
annoy
consult our calendar now and do some planning live on air.
Well, I think last year we did it March 1st to May 31st. So a full 3 months. We can do something similar.
Yeah. Well, we just do that.
Yeah,
Done.
Done. Okay.
Sold.
March
1st to the end of May.
To May
So
30th.
March, April, May. Okay. We should probably explain what we're talking about
Yes.
for any new listeners / viewers. The Archive KCAL is an opportunity for you to go through some of the older patterns that are in your collection or that you favorited a long time ago and give them some love and maybe cast on a new project based off of that. So our rule of thumb normally is 3 years. Yeah.
Yes.
So anything that's been in your library, whether that's your Ravelry library or something that you favorited 3 years ago or more, and to work on that. If you use stash yarn, old stash yarn, that's also like extra bonus points. Points in quotes. There isn't actually
no
points.
We're very casual
points.
here. You don't even have to finish anything to be thrown in the pot.
Yeah.
For
there's no prize at the end. If you've been like the 3 years is not a hard and fast rule because maybe you've been crafting for less than 3 years, so just try and find something on the older side. That's basically it. You said you already know what you're gonna make.
Yes, I bought the yarn.
So you bought the yarn. You didn't do a stash. You didn't shop in your stash.
No, because it has too much. It's got too many colors. So obviously it's color work, and also I've already started swatching. Because it's complicated. So it's very complicated. Okay. So I had to swatch.
Okay, so what are you making?
Okay. It's called Yell by Marie Wallen.
Okay, yep.
And it's a color worked cardigan. It's like cropped, no buttons, and it's oversized, so it just and how else I don't know how else to explain it because I wasn't prepared for this to talk about it.
Is it very like classic Marie Wallen sort of color work?
Yeah, it is.
I'm looking at it. Okay, so it's got like smaller bands of colorwork motifs at the bottoms, like the bottom torso bit, and at the matching on the cuffs, and then the top bit, like a sort of from
2 colors. It's 2 colors
the bust up.
Yeah.
It's just 2 colors in one pattern, sort of like a geometric floral.
That sounds right.
And then it's not a button band because there's no buttons, but that's got another motif on it as well.
Well, the motif on the button band, which has no buttons, is the same. Like 3 of the same bands on the bottom hem.
But just not. But right, I see. Yeah.
Well,
Well, what?
Some of the yarn was from stash, but because colors don't look the same online versus in person, so I ordered a bunch of yarn and then didn't like the colors, so ended up buying more yarn. And so I was just playing with the colors to see what color combination I like best. What are you looking at?
I'm just browsing through my physical patterns. I've got a binder of pages from magazines.
Oh.
Because I had a look already on my Ravelry favorites, and I couldn't really find anything that, like, I still was into. I think either my tastes have changed enough.
Your tastes and also your ability,
my
your skills, yes.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Also, I feel like there's some things in my favorites which I'm like, I like, but I'm not actually going to wear. Like, I'm just looking at this dress. I really like this dress. There's no way I'd ever wear it. The Pickford dress by, Vicki Brown.
Is that crocheted? I can't even tell.
Yeah, it's crocheted. It's like a short sleeve, quite fitted dress, and it's got these little pockets at the bottom. But yeah, just not the sort of thing I would actually wear.
So this is the pattern. Yell.
Yeah. And Yell is a place in Shetland.
In Shetland, yeah.
Also, I'm like, I feel like with our last
Archive KCAL?
Well, with the Morit Mal, I actually basically finished something. So I'd like to maybe try and finish something again. So I can't be too overly ambitious. There's this one thing that I like, and I don't know if I like it or not, or if I'm crazy for liking it. Can you see that?
Oh, is it like
it's like really chunky?
Yeah. I can see you wearing something like that.
Yeah.
Is it
so
is it one of those velour type yarns? Or is it just looks like
I think it's like a really well, it's acrylic and polyester Lion brand color waves. It looks more like, well, I don't know actually. It's from an old magazine. It's from Interweave 2005. So don't know if they would even still be selling that yarn. Not that I would use that yarn.
So is it a chunky weight?
Yeah, it looks pretty chunky. It says 125 yards in 85 grams.
It doesn't mean anything. You're talking about acrylic yarn. It's different from...
Yeah, that's true. 5.
Oh, yeah, so it'll be chunky or a thick yarn anyway.
Skill level easy. Bam. But it's the Color Waves Topper by Doris Chan. And it's got like a... Is that like a shawl collar, sort of? It's so chunky and big. You can't... Cowl neck, yeah. It says, the garment will make you think you are crocheting just a shawl until you fold down the wings and join them to form armholes. That makes it sound like a circular...
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know. So maybe I'll make that, but I definitely have to buy yarn because I don't have anything chunky in my stash. And it's chunky, it's easy. I'll actually probably finish it. So maybe I'll do that.
Okay.
There you have it. Live on
the KCACY podcast.
What am I trying to say? Cal planning. So if you would like to join us, March 1st is the start date. Feel free to swatch beforehand. Yeah.
You have a Yarny Bits and Bobs.
Yes, I do. So I mentioned before the Woolly Good Gathering in Edinburgh, which is the yarn festival that I am organizing with a bunch of other people, is officially going forward. The Kickstarter ended on the 31st of January. We smashed all of our targets.
Yes.
Yay! With a bit of extra. So the bit of extra will help go towards hopefully the festival next year as well. We'll see how this year goes first. But yeah, so really excited. General ticket sales will be going on sale soonish. I don't want to put a definite date on the podcast just in case plans change, because I'm not on that subcommittee. There's 6 of us, so
So have you found there's 6 of you, so does that make life harder or easier to organize something like this?
I think it's both. I can be quite an indecisive person. So I think in some ways having other people who have opinions and stuff can like speed some decision making process. In some ways, but then in other ways there's so many of us, so coordinating like when we can all chat and make sure we all agree on things. But like, you know, I think we work really well together. We all have different strengths and we all respect each other. And we share a vision. So I think it's easy to agree on things when we share the same vision. And I think I'm pretty easygoing to work with as well.
Okay.
So
I'm excited.
So yeah, very exciting. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I think I'm a little nervous, like, because like I hear like I've seen from people who've like booked flights to come, and part of me is just like the pressure. I totally understand why the previous Edinburgh Yarn Festival people like felt the pressure of like trying to put on a great show for all the people who are traveling from all over the place. And I think we'll still be able to deliver, but this is not going to be anything like the Edinburgh Yarn Festival. Like that was massive on a totally different scale. And so what we're planning is a bit more intimate, but with lots of things going on. So hopefully it will still, I don't know, beat people's expectations. Nervous.
I'm sure it'll be fabulous. I'm super excited. I will be there. I'll be one of the volunteers helping out. And I have sort of a shopping list in my head already.
Do you?
Yes. We'll see. I'll have to sit down and make a spreadsheet. So this is
April 26th and 27th. I don't think I mentioned that. And you can go to woollygood.co.uk for information and also to subscribe to the newsletter. Like if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the website, there's like a subscribe option there. So yeah.
Yay. Okay. So thank you for people who did help fund this project.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always like pleasantly surprised when people also back the ideas that are in my head. Like Moira obviously was funded with Kickstarter by Pocket Fiber, was crowdfunded as well. Yeah, I don't know why I'm so surprised because I've backed Kickstarters as other people's Kickstarters and
yeah, but
I've been on both sides.
You've started, well, actually BIPOC and Fiber wasn't actually your thing, but you have started 3 successful Kickstarters.
Enterprises. Yeah. So yeah, thank you. And maybe I'll see some of our listeners there.
Yeah, I hope so.
Awesome. Right. Well, do you have any shop talk for us?
I do not.
Probably not because you're going away, huh?
Yeah, but the shop will be open. Madeline is going to be my shipping elf.
Ooh.
There's not a lot in the shop, but there's a lot of half-made bags over there. I've just been too busy doing other things. So the shop is Pearl and Plum if you want to stop by and look at it. And that's it. That's all I have to say about that.
Okay, I'll do the spiel then.
Okay.
You can find the show notes for this episode and every episode on our website, which is kcacypodcast.wordpress.com. You can follow us on Instagram, kcacypodcast. My personal Instagram is Alyson here, and my mom's is upstate_Viv. You can rate and comment, subscribe, and favorite and review and thumbs up and whatever else on Apple Podcasts or wherever else you listen to podcasts. You can also subscribe on YouTube. You can join the Ravelry group if you are so inclined. Just search Keep Calm and Carry Yarn podcast in the groups tab. Thank you for listening.
And remember to keep calm and carry yarn. Bye!
Bye!